नित्यं सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदांत वेदांत विद्यास्थानेव च ब्रह्मस्वरूप परमा ज्योतिरूप सनातनी सर्वविद्यादेवीया तस्यै वाण्यै नमो नमः। या विना जगत्सर्वं शाश्वतजीवनमृतं भवेत्। ज्ञानादिदेवीया तस्यै सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। या विना जगत्सर्वं मूकमुन्मत्तवत्सरा या देवी वागधिष्ठात्री तस्यै वाण्यै नमो नमः। तस्यै वाण्यै नमो नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
श्री सरस्वती माता की
जय।
गोविन्द हरि गोपाला माधवा परमेश्वरा। गोविन्द हरि गोपाला माधवा परमेश्वरा। नन्दा परमेश्वरा मुरलीधरा गोपाला। सच्चिदानन्दा परमोहरा मुरलीधरा गोपाला। सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना।
सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना।
गोपाला माधवा परमेश्वरा। गोविन्द हरि गोपाला माधवा परमेश्वरा।
नन्दा मनमोहना मुरलीधरा गोपाला।
सच्चिदानन्दा मनमोहरा मुरलीधरा गोपाला। सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना।
सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना सच्चिदानन्दरूपा मनमोहना। गोविन्द हरि गोपाला माधवा परमेश्वरा। गोविन्द हरि गोपाला माधवा परमेश्वरा।
माधवा परमेश्वरा माधवा परमेश्वरा।
गोविन्द
जय नारायण गोविन्द हरि नारायण गोविन्द। जय नारायण गोविन्द
हरि नारायण जय नारायण हरि नारायण जय नारायण। गोविन्द जय नारायण हरि नारायण जय नारायण।
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो
महेश्वरः
गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे
नमः।
चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन
तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विराजितपदाम्बुजः वेदान्तभुज सूर्यो यः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
चैतन्य
शाश्वतं शान्तः व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनादकलातीतः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः मुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्री
गुरवे नमः।
ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परं सुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्य दिलक्ष्यम् एकं विमलमचलं सर्वदा साक्षीभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Kindly be seated. हे प्रभु आनंद दाता हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए शीघ्र सारी दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए शीघ्र सारी दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता लीजिए हमको शरण में हम सदा चारी बने ब्रह्मचारी धर्म रक्षक वीर व्रतधारी बने। हे प्रभु
आनंद दाता
ज्ञान हमको दीजिए शीघ्र सारी दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता प्रेम हम गुरुजनों की नित्य ही सेवा करें सत्य बोले झूठ त्यागे मेल आपस में डरे। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको साड़ी दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, हे प्रभु आनंद दाता। Okay, so we have the children of the Chinmay Vidyalaya. They will now do the Ganga Stotram. Ganga Stotram is a very wonderful composition and by Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya, and they have been learning it for a little while now. Mr. Kenan will lead them.
देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे, त्रिभुवन धारिणी धरण तरंगे, शंकर मौन विहारिणी विमले, मम मधुराशायिनी
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
जो द्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का
स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
कष्ट मिटे तन का
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण दो किसकी
स्वामी शरण गो किसकी
तुम बिन और न दूजा
तुम बिन और न दूजा
आश करो किसकी
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर
तुम सबके स्वामी
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता
स्वामी तुम पालन करता
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी
कृपा करो भरता
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति
स्वामी सबके प्राणपति
किस विधि मिलूं दया में
इस विधि मिलो दया में
तुमको मैं कुमति
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे
स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे
अपने हाथ उठाओ
अपने हाथ उठाओ
अपने चरण बढ़ाओ
अपने चरण बढ़ाओ
द्वार खड़ा तेरे
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ
तन की सेवा
ओम जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Garudatvajah, Mangalam Pundarikaksham, Mangalayatano Harihi. Please all sit. Kevat is taking Bhagwan Shri Ram, Lakshmana, Sita ji across Ganga, and he sings to Ganga. मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ मैया गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी मैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, धीरे बहो 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 मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो। कौन की नैया कौन की गंगा,
कौन की नैया, कौन की गंगा,
कौन की नैया कौन की गंगा,
कौन की नैया, कौन की गंगा,
कौन के लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, कौन के लक्ष्मण राम,
ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो,
मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी
नैया है लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो,
धीरे बहो मैया धीरे बहो,
धीरे बहो मैया धीरे बहो,
नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो, मेरी
नैया है लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो,
मेरी नैया में लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो,
मेरी नैया है लक्ष्मण राम, ओ गंगा मैया धीरे बहो।
बोले गंगा मैया की जय,
जय।
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
जय। Let us do salutations to Bhagwan Ganesh, to Mother Saraswati, and to our Guru. You can concentrate on any form of that Bhagwan Ganesh. So many forms are there. So to Mother Saraswati and on your own Guru. Gajananam Bhutganatisevitam Kapitjambu Phalasar Bhakshanam Umasutam Shokvinashakaranam Namami Vighneshwar Padapankajam Ya Kundendu Tusharharathavala Ya Shubhra Vastravrita Ya Vina Varadannamandita Kara Ya Shweta Padmasana Ya Brahmachyuta Shankar Prabhritibhi Devai Sada Vandita Samam Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Samam Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesh Jadyapaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Hari Om. Lokabhiramam Ranarangathiram Rajivanetram Raghuvamshanatham Karunyarupam Karunakaram Tam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapadye Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Bolo Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Mangal Bhavan Mangal Hari Dravahu Sadasrat Ajir Bihari
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Raghukul Riti Sada Chali Aayi Pran Jaayi Varu Bachan N Jaayi
Shri Ram जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होई राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
बरे भाग मानुषतन पावा सुर दुर्लभ सब ग्रंथ निगावा
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
साधु असाधु सदन सुख सारी सुमिरहि राम तेहि गनिकारी
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
राम कथा के तेई अधिकारी जिनके सत्संग गति अति प्यारी
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
श्यावर रामचंद्र की
जय
When we are chanting, I hope you are using the opportunity to chant. When we chant, when I chant, I will get blessings for chanting. Not you. If you have to get blessings, you have to do your own. Yes, please remember that. Huh? If I am sick and you take the medicine, you will die from medicine and I will die from sickness. Both will die. So each person has to chant by himself. Please remember that. Huh? Kabir Sahib has written at one place like this. Huh? Guru ki karni guru bharega. Guru ki karni guru bharega. Chela ki karni chela. उड़ जा हंस अकेला साधो उड़ जा हंस अकेला उड़ जा हंस अकेला साधो उड़ जा हंस अकेला गुरु की करनी गुरु भरेगा गुरु की करनी गुरु भरेगा चेला की करनी चेला उड़ जा हंस अकेला साधो उड़ जा हंस अकेला उड़ जा हंस अकेला साधो उड़ जा हंस अकेला उड़ जा हंस अकेला साधो उड़ जा हंस अकेला उड़ जा हंस अकेला साधो उड़ जा हंस अकेला Guru ki karni, Guru bharega. Whatever the Guru does, he will get. And whatever the Chela does, he will get. That is the idea. Karma is non-transferable. Karma is like an airline ticket. If you buy a ticket on an airline and you cannot travel, you cannot go and tell the airline, Bhaiya, I cannot travel because something came up. Please let my wife take this ticket and go. They'll tell you no. You cannot transfer an airline ticket. In the very same way, you cannot transfer karma. Guru ki karni, Guru bharega. Chela ki karni, Chela. So it means when we get an opportunity to chant the name of Bhagwan, we should all chant. We have to chant for ourselves. You cannot have proxy chanters. This thing doesn't have any proxy and all. Because if I eat, my belly will full only. Correct or not? Okay, so now we'll chant a little bit. Very simple bhajan I have chosen. You can all chant along. Since we are worshipping Dhati Mata, Divine Mother, here, in this tradition, the mother is given so much of reverence. The mother is the Sakar Roop of Nirakar Paramatma Brahman. And let me tell you a little bit about that now. Because somehow when people worship the Devi, people feel that they are worshipping something less than the absolute. Nothing less. The Devi and the Deva, the Jagadishwara and Jagadishwari, they are not two. They are one and same. Please remember this. They are not two. They are one only. And I'll just give you an example. And this is to rationalize how and why we are celebrating the Navratri time, worshipping the Devi, and other times Ram Navami worshipping Deva Ram, like that, right? So, in our Ram Leela idea, Ram Leela concept, is a very nice lesson is there. I want you to pay attention to that. Ram Leela is presented in Trinidad and in India also, not on a stage like this, and all of you looking at me. So all of you are seeing my face, front, right? If you go here to see Ram Leela, it will be presented in a Maidan, a field. And the audience will be all around, correct? The audience is not on one side. Now this audience is on one side, and I am on one side. So I'm seeing all of your face, and you are seeing my face. But in Ram Leela, the audience is right around. If you haven't seen, please go and see. It's going on now. Tomorrow, this Yajna will finish today, so tomorrow you can go see. So now, just look at this. Rama is standing here, and Lakshmana is standing here, and they are having a dialogue. Right? So Rama is looking at Lakshmana. So now, the person who is standing on that side of the Maidan, he'll see Rama's right side. The one who is standing on this side, he'll see Rama's left side. The one who is standing on that side of the Maidan, he'll see Rama's back of his head, correct? And the one who is standing on this side of the Maidan, he'll see Rama's face. Okay. So out of the four people, first of all, who is seeing Ram Leela? All four. Correct? Second thing, who has a correct perspective on Rama? Well, there is no correct perspective or wrong perspective, isn't it? Everybody's seeing Rama from some different angle. And how many Ramas they are seeing? Only one. One Rama is there only. So this fellow has a different perspective, and this one has a different perspective on the same Rama. The one Rama, not two. And if one of them comes home and tells that Rama's nose is long, and the other one who was seeing from the front, well, when you see from front, you cannot tell long nose. You have to see from the side only. The other one said, no, nose is not long. Nose is just normal. The other one says, who knows? He didn't see. From the back, he could not see any nose at all, isn't it? That fellow. So, really, everybody will have his own perspective, but they are seeing the one Rama only. In the very same way, the absolute reality, when seen from the perspective of Nirguna, Nirakar, Tulsidas-ji writes in the Ramayana about this reality. See, I haven't forgotten the bhajan. I'm coming back now. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Aguna saguna dui brahma sarupa. Akatha agada anadi anupa.
Shri Ram Jaya Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama.
Syavara Ramachandra ki jai. So this reality has dui rupa, two forms. Aguna and saguna, means nirguna and sagun. And it's one reality, not two. Dui rupa, two forms, but one reality. And so the aguna, nirguna aspect of the reality is called Paramatma, Brahman, the absolute reality. And the saguna aspect of that reality is called the Devi. So we are worshipping the saguna aspect of the one reality, not two. One reality. We are worshipping this rupa. And one more thing, there is no difference between the two. How? You go back to our example of pot and clay that I gave you on the first day. When you touch that kalsa, tell me, are you touching pot or are you touching clay? Well, you're touching both, isn't it? At one and the same time, the kalsa, nama, rupa, and clay, they are one and same. How far is the kalsa from the clay? How far is the clay from the kalsa? There is no distance. They both are one and same. Nama, rupa, and the substratum, the sthana of the nama, rupa, they are always one and same. So the Devi and the Deva, they are one and same. So you don't think we are worshipping anything less than the absolute reality. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma.
Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma.
Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma.
Durge, Durge, जय जय माँ
करुणा सागरी माँ
करुणा सागरी माँ
काली कपालिनी माँ
काली कपालिनी माँ
करुणा सागरी माँ
करुणा सागरी माँ
काली कपालिनी माँ
काली कपालिनी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
जगदोधारिणी माँ
अम्बा दुर्गे जय जय माँ
अम्बा दुर्गे जय जय माँ
काली दुर्गे जय जय माँ
काली दुर्गे जय जय माँ
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ
दुर्गे जय जय माँ
मैया दुर्गे जय जय माँ
काली दुर्गे जय जय माँ
काली दुर्गे जय जय माँ
गौरी दुर्गे जय जय माँ
काली दुर्गे जय जय माँ
जगदम्बा माता की जय.
जय
Okay, if you are joining us tonight for the first time, we are seeing the theme or the topic this year for the Diwali Nagar is Dharti Mata. So we are seeing this topic. And on the first day, I just gave a general talk on Dharti Mata, a very comprehensive standpoint. And then from yesterday, and including today now, I decided to do some of the lines from what is called as Bhumi Suktam. Bhumi Suktam. And for those of you who don't know what a Suktam is Suktam. Very difficult to translate. When I translate into English, I feel very bad sometimes because now we say it is called in English what? A hymn. And somebody asked me why it is not called a her. You know, nowadays with all the gender equality and all that kind of thing, why only him? You know? So anyway, it is called a sukta. And English, I told you also, it is praises of Dharti Mata, and the intent, the basic intent of the sukta, it comes from the Atharva Veda. Basic intent is really to demonstrate the unity in the diversity which we experience before us. There's a diversity. We see the diversity, and quite often we fail to see the unity. So the intent of the suktam is really to see the unity. We don't have to make any effort to see the diversity. In fact, we do everything to promote the diversity. We like the diversity and we do everything to promote it, in most cases. And people, quickly, nowadays, young people also have, what is it? I am bored. You know, we never knew that word. Our generation never knew that I'm bored. And this young generation, I am bored. Because what they want variety, same thing over and over. So they want a variety. If you go to the shoe store to buy a shoe, to buy shoes, and it only have Crocs, you'll walk out of that store. That is except if you are me. You'll walk on one type of shoe. Who wants to? You want a variety of shoes when you go there, isn't it? Variety we like. And we do all things to promote it also. But underlying the variety or the diversity, the manifold nature of the universe, there is a single unity, and we saw that on the first day. That thing is called as Sat, existence. And it's an easy way to know that, because everything exists. Everything in the universe exists. You can't show me something that does not exist. If you're showing me, that means that this thing exists. Show something that doesn't exist. You can't. It's a contradiction in terms. It involves a contradiction in terms. You can't show. So there's one fundamental reality, which is the connecting thread for the whole universe. It is called as Sat in Sanskrit, existence. That existence is what is intended to be shown by the Bhumi Suktam, because the diversity is already seen. We don't have to make an effort to see the diversity. Right. So in the last couple of days, we've been trying to see all the manifestations of this one existence, and it sometimes becomes very intricate, sometimes very involved, but we have to apply some intellectual power to it. See, the human being is marked out from the rest of the manifested universe by virtue of the intellect which he is bestowed. The animal kingdom doesn't have that intellect. We have the intellect, and here is where we apply it. The animals, see, with the body, we do actions. With the heart, we feel emotions. But with the head, the intellect, we do calculations, and we do planning and deciphering and mathematics and philosophical flights and all such things. You see, with the intellect. The dog cannot do. You ask a dog 2 + 2, he will not know how to reply. But the human being can add. And it has to be developed. Intellect has to be developed. So through this exercise which we've been doing in the last couple of days, that is developed also. It has to be developed and become very sharp. Tikshna, it is called. Shuddha and Sukshma. These are the qualities of the intellect. Sharp, pure, and also subtle. The intellect should be able to go into deep things. And it's developed. See, the boy comes home and tells his father, asks him, what did you learn in school today? We learn addition. Oh. So if you have 2 apples and I give you 2 more apples, how many apples you will have? He said, I don't know. So the father said, but you told me you learned addition in school. He said, yes, we only learn how to add oranges. So far. So, you see, the principle is given to the intellect, and he knows this 2 oranges plus 2 oranges is equals 4 oranges. But he has not yet taken the other step. The intellect has not yet developed to the other step to know that whatever is true for oranges is also true for apples. That you see. So development has to take place there. So that has to be unfolded. The same principle you apply across the board, whatever you're adding, like that. So there requires to be development of the intellect. That's why the scriptures talk about the intellect has to have these qualities. You see? So in reflecting on these words and all, we develop these qualities as we go along. And without these qualities, see, please pay attention to this. This is called Tikshna Buddhi, sharp Buddhi. Then that is called Sukshma Buddhi, means subtle Buddhi, intellect. And then finally, Shuddha Buddhi, means pure Buddhi. Only this instrument, when it acquires these qualities, will be able to pierce the veil of ignorance and intuit that higher reality. These qualities have to be developed. So we can't escape. Some people say, no, Swamiji, I don't like all this intellectual thing, you know. I don't have so much of brain. I will just have devotion for Bhagavan, and everything will be okay. Oh, that also is true, eh? We can't say. The one who has proper devotion for Bhagavan, Bhagavan tells in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam those people who worship me with so much love. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. I give them that knowledge by which they come to me. Tesham evanukam partham aham ajnanajam tamaha. I remove the ajnana, tamas, born of tamas in their mind. Nashayami atma bhavastaha. Jnana deepena bhasvata. By jnana, I destroyed knowledge. Who's destroyed the ignorance? Who is ignorance? The one who is a devotee. Person who is a devotee. So even the people who follow the path of devotion, this is absolutely fine. Whichever one. But see, the last knowledge has to come from somewhere. Bhagavan says, I give the knowledge. Because the fundamental problem of a human being is ajnana, ignorance. And there's only one antidote to ignorance: knowledge. So when we are reflecting here, we are on this path of developing a sharp intellect that can really realize all these things that we are talking about. We have no choice. You see the bhaktas, Suradasa. See the bhaktas, Mirabai, Tulsidas ji, Kabir Sahib, see, all of them. But they were not sharp or what? It doesn't mean to say if we are following bhakti, we don't have to have a sharp intellect. It must be sharp. All right. Okay. Now we'll chant just for 1 minute and we'll get into these lines, strange Sanskrit lines, but profound. Govind Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Govind Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jaya Jaya Govind Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Govind Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jaya Jaya Hari Govind Radhe Murari Hari Hari Govind Radhe Murari Hari Hari Govind Radhe Murari Hari Hari Govind Radhe Murari 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 Govind Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya 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 Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki jai. Yasyam purve purvajanaha vichakrire. Line comes from the Bhumi Suktam. I didn't put down the number here. I just wrote it down. Bhumi Suktam is only 63 mantras. You can go and see. Not a big. It's small in Sanatan Dharma terms. Very small. 63 is nothing. Yasyam purve purvajanaha vichakrire. This is Vedic Sanskrit little bit. Yasyam purve means in the past. Purvajanaha. Purvajanaha means all our ancestors. So Bhumi, Dharti Mata, is the one who sustained all the activities of all our ancestors and all the things that they did. She sustained and promoted and propagated and blessed them, all the ancestors. And only because she has done that for them, all of us are sitting here today. Is it correct or not? If our ancestor, see 177 years, right? 177 years ago, they sat on that ship and came all across the Kalapani. So many died, braving this ocean, and came and made a life here And it appears now in retrospect that they did not make a life for themselves. They made a life for us, isn't it? And the Suktam is saying that Bhumi, Dharti Mata, she sustained all of that. And had she not sustained, we would have not been, we would have had nothing. So it is in Bhagavad Gita, in the 13th chapter, it is called Kshetra. Kshetra means the field. Bhumi Mata or Dharti Mata provides a field, an ample field for human beings, for jivas, to come and to pursue and acquire, achieve, aggrandize, evolve, whatever we want to do. She provides everything for us. Like the parent provides for the child. You get toys for them and you get whatever they want. That is parent duty only, to provide for the child. That also is a very important thing. You have to be careful. We should not let affection blur your thinking. This is actually a big, big problem. And there are consequences. See, when Bhumi or when Dharti Mata provides everything for all of us, and then we abuse everything which she has provided, then what happens? Well, what happens is what we are seeing today. Destruction of the global climate and so much of changes taking place which we cannot deal with. And we are going to, last night I told you, we will outdo ourselves. We cannot do anything with Dharti Mata. Huh? Dharti Mata will be fine. A million years will pass. A million years for her is nothing. A million years is nothing for the earth. A million years will come and she will, all the plastics will disintegrate and everything will go away and finish, and she will revive, refresh and rejuvenate and everything, but we will be gone. Vanished. So, we saw last night this thing. So she provides, and we are supposed to use whatever she provides properly and evolve. Please remember, in Sanatan Dharma, in this Sanatan Dharma, scriptures and the scriptural tradition and the Sanatan Dharma is not evolved by the rishis for making us rich and making us beautiful and making us all of these things that we want in this world. Sanatan Dharma, you can do that without Sanatan Dharma, please. You don't need Sanatan Dharma for any of this. If you want to get rich, just work hard. Correct or not? Work hard. There are many atheist people. There are many atheist people who become rich, correct? They never believe in God also. There are many atheist people who get degrees, PhD degrees also. So you don't need Sanatan Dharma for getting rich or getting educated or getting anything in this world. Sanatan Dharma has only one goal. That goal is called as Mukti. That's why we chanted there. बड़े भाग मानुष तन पावा, सुर दुर्लभ सब ग्रंथ निगावा। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा। श्री राम जय राम, साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा। श्री राम जय राम, पाई न पर लोक सवारा। श्री राम जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Syavar Ramachandra ki
Jai.
Bare bhagya manushatana pava. Fortunate indeed we have gotten this human body. But the next line is the most important line. Human body is not about all the other things. I mean, you do that by the way, but it is all supposed to lead to moksha, mukti, whatever name you want to call it. In Sanskrit, anytime you have any word, there will be a masculine form of the word and there will also be a feminine form of the word. Rightly so. So if you want the masculine form, it is called as moksha. If you want the feminine form, it is called as mukti. When they're both one and same. So the sadhana dham mochakara dwara, Tulsidashi, right? It is the doorway to moksha, this body. So moksha is the goal in Sanatana Dharma, no other goal. And whatever the Dharti Mata has provided for all of us here, we are supposed to use that thing, like how she provided to our ancestors and is providing to us now, and so many generations she has provided. Whatever she has provided is for us to use that thing to reach Bhagavan. That is the idea. Use whatever Dharti Mata has provided for us to reach the absolute, to reach the highest. But you know what human beings do? See, we are supposed to use all the things that we have at our disposal to reach Bhagavan. What we do, we use Bhagavan to reach all these things. In other words, we are not concerned about mukti or enlightenment. We go to Bhagavan and we go and pray. And when we go to pray, we go with a long shopping list. Bhagavan, please give this thing. I want my child to pass the exam, and I want them to get into college, and I want them to get a degree, and I want them to get good spouse, and good house, and good mouse, and whatever. No, I want them to get all. And we go and we tell him, Bhagavan, all of these things we want with a shopping list. Really? I told we don't need Bhagavan for. We have to use whatever Dharti Mata has provided to reach Bhagavan and not the other way. The other way, you have to work karma only. Karma pradhana visvakari rakha. Karma is the most preponderant law. Just utilize the law. Everything will be fine. So, yasyam purve purvajanaha vichakrire means they were provided everything by Dharti Mata. They used it and they built a foundation. They built strong shoulders upon which we are all standing today. Correct or not? We are standing on their shoulders. Nah? If they had not carried the Sanatana Dharma across Kalapani with them, what we would have had? Nothing. So, she has provided and they used it well and transferred it down to subsequent generations. Now next one. Yasyam Dev, no, this is very important. Yasyam Devaha Asuran Abhyavartayan. Abhyavartayan means this Dharti Mata provides, this is now literal, I'll tell you first, and then symbolical. It's very nice. Dharti Mata is where the Devas, this is literal I'm telling, Devaha Asuran Abhyavartayan, overturned, demolished, sent back, returned all the Asuras. Overpowered all the Asuras. Dharti Mata is where the Devas overpowered all the Asuras. So now this is the literal meaning. And I don't know if Devatas and Asuras were, if you know also. See, I'm trying as much as possible wherever I'm traveling now, and I'm telling, try as much as possible. You all Sanatanis, to try to use the words in their original original spelling, an original word, not English translation of the words. See, even the Oxford Dictionary cannot do with so many words. They cannot translate. They write the word karma, they write the word dharma, they write so many words from Sanskrit in the dictionary itself. Because some words you really cannot translate. They take the word in its original. So we should try to use these words in their original also. Like papa punya. Papa punya from Sanskrit is not translatable into sin and merit. I mean, you could do it, right? You could do it, but it will not capture exactly what papa punya is. And when a language is destroyed, your philosophical grounding is also destroyed. That is why you should revert back to the original words. So, the word, I'm telling devas and asuras. Now we say devas, see how it is translated in English, gods. So the moment anybody sees that word gods, they start thinking, oh, so you have gods in plural. And asuras, well, that is even worse. You can't find a... Then they translate as demons. But let me just tell you. You go back to a couple of days, I was telling you a couple of days ago. I explained to you about the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan calls this world in which we are living, he calls it as Dvandva Sansar. Dvandva Sansar. A Sansar, a fluxing universe that is made up of Dvandva. Dvandva means complementary pairs. That is the translation I told you, no? Complementary pairs. So what does it mean of a complementary pair? It means one side cannot be there without the other side. This is a complementary pair. It is, English translations have said over the years, and we have all read from people like Max Muller and all, pairs of opposites, and we have been using all of these words. It's about time also that we correct all of this. So, pairs of opposites, no. They are called as complementary pairs, because you cannot have light without darkness. If you had only light, see, you will not know what is darkness. You have, the two always are there together, hot and cold, sukha and dukkha, joy and sorrow. To know the other one, the first one must be there. Otherwise, the other one will make no sense. That is why in a movie, in a movie all the time you have a star boy. You know that in Trinidad you call star boy. He comes out there. And suppose the star boy only comes there and he sings and runs around that tree and that flower garden and that star girl also and dies, and then you go home. Anybody will go to see that movie? No. Right? When Amitabh Bachchan comes out there, Gabbar Singh must also come, that terrific looking fellow. So, the two are required for that movie too. And you sitting there and you're telling, hey, these actors and all, they're always backing into the trouble. They're looking like this and they're walking backwards, and whatever they're afraid of is right behind them. You seen? And if they don't do that, you don't get this frightful scene, they don't pit it against some other scene, and the whole thing is only like one thing, your life will be bored, the movie will be bored. You have to have the pairs, the complementary pairs going on. So now the whole universe is made up of these complementary pairs, every single thing. At the same time, while there is a centripetal force acting on the earth, there's a centrifugal force. And so the two forces balance each other, and so the earth stays in orbit. It doesn't just fly out. And if one were to fail, in Trinidad we say, Ram Nam Satya. The two must be there and perfect the balance. And that is how the whole universe is structured. And so if you, now see, if I'm just telling this thing, see, universe is structured like this. What? There's joy and sorrow. If you come into this universe, you come into our world here, and you only want joy and expect no sorrow, and in my whole life I should have no sorrow. If you expect that, but you're going to have a miserable life. Because kabhi dhoop, kabhi chhao. Sometimes this will be there, sometimes that will be. You insist that I will only have joy, you will have a miserable life. You better prepare yourself for some sorrow. I will only have health. Never happens. And if you prepare, when some, disease or some sickness comes, you will accept. This is how the life is. So on this Dharti Mata is present all the complementary pairs, infinite in number, and necessarily so, and not that optionally so. Necessarily so. That one has to be, an atom must have a negative charge and must have a positive charge. They cannot have one. So if this thing is really one little lesson is understood about Dharti Mata and her structure, life will become so much easier. Otherwise, we are very insistent only on having one side of the pair. That cannot happen. No matter how much, you see, if you go on the negative side also, no matter how grouchy a fellow is, he also will have some joy. And see Oscar the Grouch on Sesame Street. He's a grouch. But he also has some joy. When? When everybody have a picnic and it rains. When they have a picnic and rain comes down and spoils the whole picnic, he laughs like anything. He's so happy. So you cannot have all joy and you cannot have all sorrow also. We imagine that there are people who have all sorrow. I have gone to the jail once or twice, just for visit. And in jail, there are so many criminals there. Those fellows, they're so happy. You should see them poking each other and making all this, You don't have much joy like them. See, if you poke somebody sitting next to you now, what will happen? I was talking to a group of them like this in an audience, and they went on poking and what we call in Trinidad, kicking off. So much joy they have. So, you cannot have all sorrow or all joy. The Dharti Mata is made up of these pairs. And it says, at one point in the Dharti Mata provided the kshetra, or the field, and this is important thing now, provided the field or the kshetra for the devatas to overpower the asuras. Now, what is the meaning? It means that every day you are faced with or you encounter these pairs, right? But the one, see, just now we are talking, when we are singing. I sang one choppai just now, you may not remember. Sadhu asadhu sadan sukh sari, sumirahi ram dehi gani gari, Tulsidas ji has written. He says that you take a parrot, two parrots. One parrot you put in the house of Sadhu Babaji, and the other parrot you put in the house of asadhu, means opposite of sadhu. Right? And you come back after some time. He said, this parrot in the house of Sadhu Babaji, this parrot will say Ram, Ram, Ram. And this parrot on this side will give you gali. Gali means curse. That means that the two are there, and this one is called as satsang, and this one is called as kusang. Kusang, sometimes dussang on this side. On this side, satsang. So the idea is we have the opportunity on Dharti Mata, living here in this loka, we have the opportunity to overpower the other side. Who will do it and who will not do it, that is in our hands. But we have the power. Dharti Mata is providing the ground, level ground for all of us to overpower like the Devatas, to overpower the Asuras. In other words, we can overpower the Maya, overpower the delusion, overpower the bondage, all this sansar, whatever, all the negative words you have heard. We can overpower that ignorance. And Dharti Mata is providing that level ground for us to do that. And finally that remains, see, Bhagavan tells to Arjuna, my dear, Vimrisha itada sheshena. You consider this thing well. And yatha ichhasi, tatha Guru. As is your wish, you now do. The idea is, and I told you on one of the previous days, right here only, in this Bhumi Suktam, that Dharti Mata gives us absolute freedom, all human beings. The other creatures don't have the absolute. See, the cow suddenly cannot leave the field and go, I go in Starbucks. The cow cannot go. I fed up with this grass. My belly must be green. I go and get some coffee. My belly get black little bit. No. And the lion cannot say, I fed up with all this meat. From tomorrow I eat in cane top. No choice they have. But a human being, it provided, see, absolute freedom, I told. So much freedom to do whatever he so chooses, desires. And Dharti Mata has provided this surface for us there, the ground. Now it is our duty now it is left to us to overpower this sansar, overpower the ajnan, overpower maya, overpower delusion. All these are connected to all maya only. Yeah? Overpower this bondage. Big thing. People say, bondage? I am not bound? What bound? I am free. Sanatana Dharma talks about bondage. Big time. We are all bound. And people say, no, I am not bound. I am free, especially at Trini. Free. Trinidad is the only country in this world I have seen. Oh, bapre. One driver is driving this way. One driver is driving this way. And two of them stop there, block the traffic, and I'm talking, going on like nothing. They're correct or not? They'll have a discussion there on the road and block everybody. And anybody blow horn, they don't care. They just, when the conversation finish only, they'll go talk about freedom in Trinidad. But anyway, when we say that we are bound, and I told all the requirements for freedom is provided to us. Dharti Mata has provided everything to us. See, you have gurus and shastras and sampradaya and all the different things to teach. And it emerge from where? From the sky or what? Dharti Mata only. Isn't it? So bondage means, I just tell you briefly and then we'll move on. Bondage means that for the most important things which really matter in our lives, we don't have freedom. What we say, when we say I have freedom, we mean to say at the ordinary level, you could get up and go if you want. If you think that Swamiji is speaking nonsense, you can go. If you think that Swamiji is speaking good, you can come. Well, that's freedom. But you're not free from sorrow. You're not free from disease. You're not free from anguish. You're not free from pain. You're not free from death. You're not free from old age. You're not free from jara means janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkaihi. Bhagavan says in Gita. We're not free from those important things. You cannot tell anybody, my whole life I will get no disease. Tell. Some people are scared to tell because they think when I tell, I'll get that time only. So, we are not free from you cannot say, I will not die. We're bound to die. That means bondage. This is why we say bondage, bandhan. We are bound to have sorrow, bound to have disease. So now, Dharti Mata has provided everything that we need on a level surface for me to overpower, to win over, remove all of that. Like how the Devatas remove all the Asuras. Remove this samsaric sojourn in which we have all found ourselves. This is the idea. What a wonderful line. Actually, so many lines in this suktam. It will take a few yajnas like this to finish them. Yes, yasyam devaha asuran abhyavartayan means from Dharti Mata providing the level field where the devas were able to overturn, overpower, remove all the asuras. For us, for the sadhaka, the asura is bondage, samsaric existence, all connected to Maya. Let me tell you now how it is. Maya, delusion. Maya is called moha. Maya, no translation in English. Maya, moha. Moha is delusion. Taking things upside down, understanding things upside down. Then, may aru more. It's called mamatvam ahankar. Mama and aham, me and mine. Like that. And then below that is called as a whole plethora of all impurities called kam, krodh, mada, lobh, matsara, ityadi. Means all the desire, anger, greed, lust, malice, craving, this, that, all these things, under that thing. So to remove, all of them connected to this Maya. The progenitor is Maya. So we have that opportunity to remove that. Then next line, let us chant for 1 minute and then we'll come back to the next line. Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Sita Ram, Ram Ram.
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 की
जय।
जय। यस्याम यज्ञम तन्वते विश्वकर्मणाः विश्वकर्मणा कर्माणः कर्माणः. So in her, in Dharti Mata, this is what Sukta is telling, all the activities of the world, this is a very wonderful phrase, all the activities of the world are spread out in Dharti Mata in the form of yajna, in the form of sacrifice. See, there is no philosophical tradition in this world that is going to teach you this thing. I am telling. If with a little bit of observation only, a little bit of vichar, you will realize that this universe has nothing but yajna, sacrifice. There's a very famous bhajan, which I'm sure all of you would have heard. Let me see. I have never sung before. I mean, I don't know it so well. Maybe we could all sing a little bit. नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल.
नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल.
नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल.
नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल.
अपने तन का, मन का, धन का दूजों को दे जो दान है, वो सच्चा इंसान रे, इस धरती का भगवान है.
नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल.
वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल. Very famous bhajan in this country. But the essence of the bhajan is sacrifice. And the line in the Bhumi Suktam also is about sacrifice. So she has spread all activities on the earth, and the activities are in the form of sacrifice. And I told you a little bit of vichar is required, a little bit of thinking, and you will see. And I want you to tell me where in this universe sacrifice is not there. That is you have to tell. See, scientists tell that the sun is burning itself out or not. You ask the scientists, they'll tell. Sun is burning itself out. But who are the beneficiaries of the sun? Well, we are, isn't it? So the sun is burning itself out. For whose benefit? Our benefit. And therefore the bhajan is Nadiya na piye kabhi apna jal. The river never drinks its own water. The trees never eat their own fruits. Like this, every single thing in the universe is sacrificing for something else. And so yajna is sarva-vyapi. In Sanatana Dharma, yajna is sarva-vyapi. Sarva-vyapi is all pervasive. You cannot escape yajna. I'll show you. See, in this body, every cell is sacrificing for the other cell, because if they don't, they will die. We go on doing that. And you may not have thought about it, but your life, and this is the difference, our life really is a sacrifice. The only thing is that we don't recognize it. We don't understand it like that. We think our life is only to take, but really, we live for the benefit of others only. Sacrifice means that, for the benefit of others. So everything in the universe is like this, sacrificing for others, doing for the benefit of others. Necessarily so, not that they have a choice, or I could do otherwise, Now come the human being, where he has freedom of choice. The human being has freedom of choice. See, the deer goes on eating this little one leaf, picking a little leaf here, a little leaf there, a little leaf there, and the deer fattens its body for who? For the lion only. Huh? And the little ants and the vultures, they are waiting for when the lion, they are waiting. The whole world is like this, everything. The big tree dies and turns into manure for the other creatures and the other little trees. So the whole universe has this yajna going on necessarily. The universe is structured like this. The earth is structured like this. Dharti Mata is structured like this. And all what is going on is only yajna going on in the universe. It's a very strong statement. You have to give it some thought. Only yajna is going on. Our life is going away for the sake of something else. In the Upanishad it says, finally, all of it is happening for the sake of Paramatma, for the sake of the reality, Brahman. Because of that reality, everything is going on. So the whole universe is ultimately sacrificing to the reality. Nana virya oshadhirya vibharti. The next line says, how the earth has, Dharti Mata has provided so many various types of medicinal herbs and plants with all various types of potencies for all of us. And now see, COVID came just now, means this virus came and killed so many people. Actually, it was nothing. Only about 5 million people died. Really, it was nothing, but we made a big deal out of it. When the Black Plague or Spanish Plague and all came, like half the earth died out. No, that is something. But anyway, COVID came just now, right? So the COVID came from where? Not from the moon. COVID came from earth only, right here, right? Second thing. Then the COVID vaccine and all the things and the antibodies and everything, whatever, came from where? Right here only. The idea is, whatever is the cause of a disease and whatever is the antidote to the disease and the solution to the problem, the cause and the solution both are right here. Our problem is, please see, this is all tied to the basic structure of the universe. I told you, if there's a positive charge, there has to be a negative charge. If there are devas, there has to be asuras. The universe is like this. So if there is a disease, there has to be a cure. So you cannot just have the disease. There has to be. Our problem, I tell you, human beings, is that we are not very good at seeing. We are not very good at observing. Wherever the problem is and wherever whatever challenge is, right behind that thing is the solution. But we are not. See, I heard a nice story. One fellow, he was working in an automobile factory. He was working, there's a car factory. So at the gate, front gate, the security guard had one duty on evenings. What is that? He had to check everybody's car to make sure that they're not taking out new parts, Because this is a factory here, he'll take out new things every day and go. So they stopped there and he used to check. Open their trunk, check inside the car, open their bonnet also. Check inside, I wonder if he's taken anything. So one fellow was passing there and looking very suspicious. So the guard gave him a good search. Opened his trunk and bonnet and everything and checked underneath the car everywhere. He couldn't find anything that he had stolen. Next day came again looking suspicious. Checked again thoroughly. Nothing. Third day, same thing. 5 days like that suspicious looking fellow, and the guard checked him so thoroughly and found nothing. Weekend came, Saturday. Big headline in the newspaper. 5 cars missing from the factory. He was stealing the whole car. And this man is checking trunk and bonnet and everything. But the idea is, we miss the most obvious. Human beings have a knack for that. So, Bhagwan has structured the universe in such a way that you cannot have one of the complementary pair. The two are always invariably. We're not talking about sometimes. And so we just have to search properly. But we don't see properly, we are lazy, we don't like those kind of things. And then today also, in today's world, everything is tied to money. Some benefit. Then only we'll search. What I'll get? First you ask. What I'll get? Then I will search. If I develop the vaccine and I can make money, then if I cannot make money, then what? Why develop vaccine and all? See? So, but anyway, the Dharati Mata is such that she has always a solution for every challenge. And never forget that thing. By necessity. Yeah? So, she bears many plants and herbs and all such things for... See, even Bhagwan Ram resorted to this. When Dr. Sushen came, he told you, go and bring the Sanjeevani Bhuti. That is the only thing that will revive this Lakshmana. So there's something that has happened, but there's a solution for it also. And the same Dharti Mata, Vishwambara, she's called, the one who bears all things, who sustains all things. Some other names that she has, what is it? Jagataha Niveshani, the dwelling place. She's the carpet under our feet. If somebody pull the carpet from under your feet, then what will happen? It will topple over, isn't it? So she is really, these are all simple things that we really don't pay attention to. We don't appreciate that. See, if on the moon, if somebody gives you a plate of food like this and you hold, your roti and fry aloo will float away. You will remember you holding the plate, but the roti and fry aloo and the plate will. They have to have special eating arrangements for people on the moon. I hope you know that. So it will just... So we take it for granted. We don't really pay attention that when I put the roti and fry aloo there on my plate and I go to take up the phone and I come back, it is still there. Because she is the dwelling place, means she makes it fit for everybody to dwell. Means when you put something here, means now when you go home, hope your house is there. You left your house there, right? So she makes it fit for everybody to dwell and live nice and comfortable. Because in the moon, you don't know if you leave your car there and come back. That is the idea. Jagataha niveshani. Vaishwanara bibhrati. Vaishwanara bibhrati means she is the universal fire which is there in the universe. Bhagavan talks about this in Bhagavad Gita. I'm sure all of you know this verse. 2 verses everybody must know because everybody is so fond of eating. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. aham vaishvanaro bhutva aham vaishvanaro bhutva pachamyannam chaturvidham. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Brahmarpanam Brahma. I'm so used to singing it in the other tune, I can't fit it in this one. So, aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritah pranapana samayuktah pachamyannam chaturvidham. Yeah. Bhagavan tells in Bhagavad Gita that he is the Vaishvanara, fire in your stomach. See, that is why it is said also that when we eat, it is good to have warm things, not cold things, because it promotes digestion. So he says he is the fire in the stomach that digests the food, prana pana samayukta, along with prana and pana, means all the digestive juices and forces inside. So this suktam is telling that Dharti Mata is the origin of this fire. In other words, it is the reality manifest through Dharti Mata and manifest in our stomach to digest. It's called Vaishvanara Bibhrati. And you know that one little bit of indigestion, one little bit only. Dharti Mata has not provided this fire for us. Little bit of indigestion, you go tonight, you're twisting and tossing on both sides of the bed, isn't it? And therefore, and see the abuse also we do. Because Dharti Mata is there, Bhagavan is there, digesting in this form, in Vaishvanara form. So we should also eat sparingly, not. Bhagavan has to get some space to work also, na? So you fill your belly up till your neck. Bhagavan has no space to work. Poor Prabhu. And then on top of all of that, when you're already full, then ice cream. So sparingly. But anyway, that digestive force, fire which is there inside, which he talks about there, which comes here in the Bhumi Suktam, is called as Vaishwanara, Pratishtha, foundation, she's called. One of her name, one of Dharti Mata's name is Pratishtha. Pratishtha means the foundation for all things in the universe. And this is tied, and now I'm ending with this. This is tied to what I talked about on the Brihat Satyam on the first day. First phrase, Brihat Satyam, that absolute existence, which is the foundation for all things. So last word and first word on the first day, they are one and same. The foundation means what? The thing which is the fundamental substance from which the entire universe is fashioned, carved out, from which it is manifested. That thing is called as pure existence, Sat. The other name for it is Chit, and the last name is called as Anand. Same thing, one thing only. So the universe is carved out from that, and that becomes the foundation, the substratum, the adhisthana it is called, of the universe. And so here, the other word for that is pratishtha, the feminine form of it. She is the substratum, the foundation, this basic and fundamental substance of the universe. In other words, she is us and we are her. Yes, that is the idea. Okay, I know you have had a lot to chew in these last few days, last couple of days, but I told you today when I started that this is on the intellectual path in Sanatana Dharma. Is not only a part of karma with body, not only a part of bhakti with heart, but it is also a part of the intellectual path with gyan, knowledge. All three are there in Sanatana Dharma, very wonderfully laid out and balanced and caters to all types of jivas. Some jivas are physical, like to do things. Some jivas are emotional, a lot of emotions and feelings. And some jivas are very intellectual. And all are there. And a good balance of them is also good. Okay. I want to say a very special thank you to the executive committee of the NCIC for having us here in these last few days, and to congratulate this organization for holding this Yajna for so many years. The number was called on one of the previous days. I don't remember how many years. 36. 36 years. It's so commendable. Wonderful. And here is a place where they have made so much of sacrifice for the benefit of others. All right. Let me just take this opportunity to invite all of you to our Diwali Dosa Day on Sunday, which is just 2 days away. DDD, Diwali Dosa Day. Please come and try out some of our 11 varieties of dosa we'll have. Masala dosa, paneer dosa, gunpowder dosa, doubles dosa. Haha. You have to come and try out doubles dosa. All right. And we are also introducing at the ashram for the first time pav bhaji. So it's a fundraiser for the ashram. All this money go towards school, ashram maintenance, this, that, and classes. And now I'm teaching Sri Suktam on mornings. So that the students who come there, they want to sit in AC, you know. Now how we'll run AC if we don't have money? Somewhere it has to come from. So we do all these fundraisers for running programs at the ashram. Okay. So now we'll have a bhajan, and Pandit will conduct the final havan here, and then we'll have aarti iske baad.
देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गए भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। सूरज न बदला, चांद न बदला, ना बदला रे आसमान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गए भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। आया समय बरावे डंगा, आज आदमी बना लफंगा। कहे पे झगड़ा, कहे पे दंगा, ना कर हो कर नो कर हंगा। चल और कपट के हाथों अपना बीत रहा ईमान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गए भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। राम के भक्त रहीम के बंदे, रटते आज परे के बंदे। कितने ये मक्कार ये अंधे, देख लिए इनके भी धंधे। इन्हीं की काली करतूते से हुआ ये मुल्क मसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार के हालत क्या हो गए भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। आपस में ये झगड़ते, बने हुए क्यों खेल बिगड़ते। काहे लाखों घर ये उजड़ते, क्यों ये बच्चे माँ से बिछड़ते। फूट फूट बापू रोते, प्यारे बाबू के प्राण। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देखते संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। सूरज न बदला, चांद न बदला, ना बदला रे आसमान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान।
पूर्णाहुति। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्। ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का
स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे।
अष्टमी पन का
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
मात पिता
स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी।
तुम बिन और न दूजा,
तुम बिन और न दूजा,
आश करूं किसकी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी।
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी,
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर,
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर,
तुम सबके स्वामी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता।
स्वामी तुम पालन करता,
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी।
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी।
कृपा करो भरता।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति।
स्वामी सबके प्राणपति,
किस विधि मिलो दया में,
किस विधि मिलो दया में।
तुमको मैं कुमति।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे।
स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे,
अपने हाथ उठाओ,
अपना हाथ उठाओ।
द्वार खड़ा तेरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा।
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा,
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ,
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ।
संतन की सेवा।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम
जय जगदीश हरे।
जय जगदीश हरे।
जय जगदीश हरे। मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ ध्वज, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं, मंगलाय तनो हरि। मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज,
मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं, मंगलाय तनो हरि।
मंगलाय तनो हरि।
मंगलाय तनो हरि।
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। बोलिए धरती माता की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम तत्सत। Before Pandit comes on the microphone, let me just recognize our dear sister Dr. Hemlata from the Brahma Kumari's organization, and all the group who have come with you also. Om Shanti. So good you all can join. Pandit, thank you.
Sitaram, usually I would do the vote of thanks, but tonight we have a more elaborate vote of thanks to deliver. And I'm awaiting the chairperson of the committee, Chandrakala Ram Singh, chairperson of our Ramayana committee.
Sitaram, everyone.
Sitaram.
It gives me great pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the President, Senator, the Honorable Derup Timal, and the directors of the National Council of Indian Culture. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to all those who contributed to this, our 36th annual Yajna, namely Bidesi Transport, ERM Automotive, Caribbean Flavors Limited, Hank Traders Limited, Extra Food Supermarket, Nicer Brand Products, Pepe's Marketing, NFM, Price Club Supermarket, Solo Beverage Limited, Coca-Cola, Brandtech Limited, Regal Products Limited, Chatak Foods Limited, Picoplat Limited, and Old Mac. Divine audio for us was done by Pandit Kailash Gangapasad. We thank ITV for coverage for this year's Yajna. Bhagwan's choicest blessings to you. To our radio stations who were here nightly, Taj 92.3 FM, Sangeet 106.1 FM, U 97.5 FM, and Fire 101.7 FM. We thank you for your diligence in broadcasting the name of God. You would have seen beautiful pictures on our website and published on other media pages. These pictures were taken by none other than our General Secretary, Brahma Bihari Singh. Thank you, Brahma, for creating memories to last a lifetime. Our beautiful decor was done by Dylan Hamill Decor and Events Limited. Thank you for creating once again and converting our hall into a beautiful temple. Our caterer, Mr. Bhushan Paramanan of Swadesh Authentic Indian Cuisine. Thank you for the absolutely delicious meals every night. Also, thanks go out to Mrs. Surisati Bharat of Veggie Serve Caterers. All these meals were thoroughly enjoyed by everyone. Our now, Dolly. Once again, your efficiency ensured that everything was done without a hitch. Thank you so much. Our shrotas from Sri Krishna Mandir from Endeavour, Pierrot Shiva Mandir, Bharataria Vishnu Mandir, Bhavani Shankar Seva Sangh, Lakshmi Narayan Temple, and of course, Balmin Temple. Thank you all for joining us each night to participate in puja. The kirtan groups who accompanied our three officiating Vyas, Srimati Geeta Vahini, Pandit Abhiranand Prasad Sharma, and Sri Swami Prakashananda ji each night. Thank you for rendering beautiful bhajans for us to listen to each night. All those who helped me in the kitchen, words cannot express my gratitude to you all. You ensured that our guests were well taken care of. The office staff, Jennifer and Sasha, thank you once again for everything you have done to assist me for this yajna. Our ground staff, Julio and Raj, thank you also for all the assistance given for this yajna. The security, of course. Thank you for ensuring the safety of our vehicles. Our officiating Pandit and communication officer of the National Council of Indian Culture, Pandit Kuldeep Gangaprasad, thank you so much for performing puja daily for us. Lastly, my fellow directors, I say thank you for all the support you have given to me for this, our 36th annual yajna. However, I would like to specifically thank our President, Senator the Honorable Derup Timal, for once again giving me the encouragement and support I needed. If for some reason I have left out anyone during this vote of thanks, please forgive me. Sitaram.
Sitaram. Sitaram.
Yes, just one thing.